I think I have one example, but that was just about a hunter not doing his job, and I raged a bit at him, and then he quit the guild.
Okay, so what do you guys think about having the capped mana bars? Just having the set amount of mana, and your intellect and your spell power is not going to...
If you really want my opinion, I really hated the fact, because so we had like really cool druid mechanics that were heavily dependent on your mana pool. One being innervate and the other being revitalize. But revitalize is gone, so that doesn't really matter that much. And like I discussed with Elfie in the beginning, is you're gonna reforge and gem for spirit anyway in the beginning, because you kind of need the mana regen. So it doesn't really affect play that much in the beginning, and in the end game, yeah, it doesn't really matter that much because your gear is gonna be overpowered anyway. So I don't really like it, but yeah, there's nothing to do about it.
So as gemming for intellect only has the effect of boosting your spell power, how is that going to affect our gemming in the early game? Yep. Are we going to just gem for pure spirit, just get that regen in, and then worry about spell power maybe later down the line, or what are we going to be doing?
No, I'm not saying that we're going pure spirit, but at least in the early game, in like the first, let's say the first instance maybe, and then the second one I'm not really sure, but you're gonna need spirit anyway for the regen at the beginning of the expansion, and I can't predict how it all plays out in the end in the heroics, how much healing you need, how much money you need. It's all a trial and error process. So
is that the same for you, Elfie?
Well, on the beta now. Oh, okay, I'm gonna die. You see what you did?
Wait. I'm
well, I didn't know that he's pulling you into that tornado. But yeah, I mean, on the beta now, I'm actually not gem with spirit on my monk, but...
Oh, intellect?
No, I'm actually with mastery, but I don't know if it's gonna be viable with the gear that I will have level 90, because the gear scales here, you know. And I don't think it's gonna be doable. So I believe that spirit might actually be the way to go, just because of gonna need so much mana.
The gear scaling in the raids you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a way it's good that you can test it much better. I mean, it's good for them, and for you maybe that you can see like a second phase or even kill the boss, even on heroic. But it's pretty bad for the healers because they can't really see how, you know, I mean, from the beta,
how hard it is with actual gear levels.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be hard to. It's not gonna be hard to see. I mean, you're gonna see pretty much from when you hit 90 how you need to gem and spec, and glyphs are not so important anymore.
No.
It's an interesting point. So what do you guys think about the glyph changes? Are they good, bad, indifferent, you don't care?
Well, there's like 2 really nice glyphs, so I'm happy.
There's only one important glyph for druids, and that's the glyph of life bloom. The rest is all fill in at your own flavor. Because the glyph of life bloom is if you have 3 stacks on, let's say, one tank, and you switch it to the other tank, you can keep the 3 stacks. So that's 3 global cooldowns, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so we've got 2 tiers of raiding coming in at the very beginning of the game. Are there any fights which are the healer fight? The one that healers are going to be struggling on? The one they're really going to be able to push themselves on? Is there a type of fight like that?
Well, there is one in...
yeah, there is one.
Like the dragon with the night and day thingy.
Slow, yeah.
There you have like a healing phase to heal the boss, which is pretty cool.
Oh, like ICC?
Syndrago. Or was it Dreamwalker?
Yeah.
Yeah, Villithria Dreamwalker.
Well, Eritrea, I think. Something like that, Dreamwalker, yeah. Well, it's not the same. I mean, it's different here, but it's
still fun, though.
Yeah, it's fun. You see numbers, at least. You know, it's nice for healers to see big numbers.
Well, you bring up the point about healers and numbers. Every healer UI I see is just a disgrace with healing numbers everywhere. Do you guys think that's important?
I'm not like that.
No, me neither.
But really, do you think there's something quite entertaining for long-term healers about seeing all the big numbers?
Well, I switched it between just healing above the characters and like scrolling combat text thingies, because I don't really want to see the big numbers, but I do want to see if I'm on time with my heals, so I can adjust my healing style during the fight. That's pretty important for me. So
Is
that's
it enjoyable though for seeing large healing numbers? Is that part of the play?
no, I don't really enjoy seeing the numbers. It's more like point of view to see if I'm doing the right thing in encounters that I've not seen before, you know. And that way I can see if my holds are effective, things like that. So
Healers tend to be some of the most relaxed people in the game, I think. What do you think it is that appeals to being a healer?
no, well, the funny thing is, back in the days, really, like I don't say want to say really early vanilla, but when I started playing, I started as a mage. And a friend of mine, a real life friend of mine, started as a healing priest. And I was like, dude, why the fuck are you staring at those bars all the time? It's so boring to do. You know? But I don't know, I really get something out of it. Keeping people alive in all circumstances. It gives a great feeling, you know, if you succeed.
Well, do you find it relaxing?
Well, it's not always about relaxing. Sure, healing is not always as stressful as always getting the best DPS out of your character. But it's more like in those situations in heroics when you first kill it and you're really proud of your healing team that they did everything they could. They spent all their mana, all the potions, they learned everything, you know? That's a really cool feeling for me.
Okay, so one of the big topics that I talk about is that healing is generally a thankless job, okay? So we've been in guilds where things go wrong, the healers get shit on immediately. So I really wanted to broach the subject with you guys about how you've coped so long with healer rage. Does it depend on guild to guild? What about when things go really badly and it's nothing to do with the healers? Tanks didn't blow the cooldowns. All sorts of shit went on that just was unavoidable. The guy died and then suddenly it's the healers getting the rage. Do you cope with that? Do you fight back? Does it make you guys angry, or do you not care? Or is it about praise? Because healers never seem to get praise. They never get praise. So what do you think about that?
Let's go, let Alfie go first.
Well, I don't think healers usually get praise. I mean, it's very hard to see when a healer plays good, you know. It's not that easy, especially for a tank or for a DPS, because if you heal them, it's like, okay, you do your job, so it's nothing special, you know. If you don't, then you fuck up, and it's bad, you know. It's very hard to see if you're not a healer, if a healer actually did something really good, you know. So usually, we're not getting like, oh my god, good job healers or anything, but we're not also getting like you said, you know, people saying that we did bad or anything. I mean, we see things differently than majority of the guilds, especially when
exactly.
Yeah.
Also, if you're gonna look at your guild and you see the healers, I can't guarantee you, but
You better guarantee it.
yeah, most of the healers are pretty humble. They're not egotistic, you know.
I have to say, healers in general are just some of the most relaxed and zero fucks given people I've ever met.
Really, the healers don't really need to get compliments all the time, because if they do something awesome, they know that they did something awesome, and they don't need the whole world to know that they did it. It's just the feeling of their selves doing something cool, and it doesn't really matter if the rest of the raid sees it. Just if you see it, it's cool enough. And
well, just getting back to the rage side of things, I've seen it a lot, and a lot of people just seem to shut the fuck up, take it, whatever, we're not asked, we know what happened. So does it matter to you about the rages? Does it ever make you guys really angry? What's the story with that?
No, from my point of view, it's always I try to get the maximum out of my character. If I know I did everything I could to keep the raid alive and the raid died, then I don't care about the angry people, you know. But if I did something wrong, I'm the first one to look at myself. How can I improve in this situation? So it doesn't really affect me all the hatred if the raid dies. Just look at yourself, and that's the most important thing to do. And be critical on yourself. You know, don't be like, oh well, there's nothing I could have done better. Always look at your own logs and things like.
One, but is it like some people can't take that? Some people really hate getting rage at them. So is it a case that the healers in general,
Yeah,
especially the more mature veteran healers, are just so much more relaxed? I mean, what about you, Elfie? I mean, you've been in this situation for a long time too. What do you think?
Well, no, I mean, I'm very hard to, to get angry. You know me. I mean, I'm, I mean, it takes a lot for me to get angry. So usually, I'm not. I mean, I don't have a problem. Many people rage, especially during progress, because it's a lot of stress. You know, we have even a video on Spine, which you can watch it. I don't know if you did, where Sko and Old. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things of those happens. I mean, it's normal, but after that, everything is back to it used to
Yeah,
be. I
relaxing
mean,
and stuff.
yeah, it's
Also,
nothing like, oh my God, those guys will hate each other, forever or something. We know.
yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
I don't have a problem with angry people. If
Also, if there is rage, it should it should not be directed to one person, just in general, and also um, the rage needs to be justified, and afterwards there shouldn't be hard feelings. You're just trying to kill a boss and get the maximum efficiency out of everyone in the raid. There shouldn't be hard feelings.
Come on, Blub. I've known you for a long time, and I know that you must have raged at some people, not just at me
No.
in the old officer chat.
Well, I might have, but I can't remember. I just blocked those things out. Yeah, I probably have done during Ulduar or something. I think I have one example, but that was just about a hunter not doing his job, and I raged a bit at him, and then he quit the guild.
You said healing's such a team effort. So how important are healing officers in terms of specifying assignments? Do you guys need assignments? I mean,
They are there to make sure everything is correct, every setup is correct, the healing targets are there, so they're necessary. But for the long-term healers, most of them know what to do, and it's mostly an easy job for a healing officer.
do you often manage yourselves? A lot of things I see in the healer chat are generally people saying, well, I'm best at this, so I'm going to do this. So how important are healing officers? How much of a role do they play in your decision-making? All that kind of stuff.
It strongly depends on the fight and the time you're in. If you're all over geared, it doesn't really matter. If you're just walking in the instance, it really does matter. In my opinion, that is.
well, for me, I think they are very, very important, especially when you try to kill a boss for the first time.
Yep.
Not for first, don't get me wrong, but for the first time as a guild, it's important because that's where people try different stuff. And even with if you see a video, it's still not that easy to do what those guys are doing. You don't really know.
Yeah, I think trying to learn something from videos is really hard unless you know specifically what you're looking for. So final thoughts. How are your classes looking then, guys?
For Resto Druids, it looks really cool. 2 cool spells, Symbiosis and what's it? Yeah, mushrooms. Yep, thanks. And I would say if this is the first time you ever get into a new expansion, take it easy. Don't rush your groups. Try to group up with friends, with guildies, and just explore, enjoy it, and yeah, that's about it.
And with regards to the raiding, are we excited? Are we more excited than we were about Cataclysm? Is there some bosses that are really getting you going? What about those kind of things?
You asked me? I think the fights will be really interesting. I saw really, really nice, like, how to say it, like abilities on the encounters, which will make you like, I don't know, you're gonna see new stuff, which is always nice for the people that raid. So they will be really, really nice to raid this tier, I think. And about the healing, I guess it's gonna be more fun than it used to be. At least I'm hoping, especially with me playing a new class. Maybe that's why I'm thinking like this. But yeah, I am. I'm actually am.
Yeah. Also, just a quick note: what people said about not having a big villain in this expansion. I don't really think it's gonna affect us too much because what I've seen on the beta is that the rating looks really, really interesting. I think we have a really enjoyable expansion up ahead.
Well, that's awesome, guys. I just want to say thank you for taking your time out. I know this is the relaxation period for both of you before the big raiding starts. I am going to be slightly jelly of you going into it, but huge thank you to both of
Yeah,
you.
no problem. If they have
No problem.
questions, I think they can PM me via your forums or something.
No, I'm usually in Augrimar. People whisper me like all the time,
Horde
it's
now.
fine.
Awesome.
Yeah, I am. We are a horde.
And lastly but not least, how long is it going to take you guys to level, especially a monk elfie?
Well, I don't think. I mean, I have a problem because I can't do recruit friend from Romania, so I need to level from level 1, which is gonna be a pain. But I'm hoping 2 days. From level 1 to 9.
From 0 to 90?
Yeah, it should be doable in 2 days, to be honest.
Yeah, and I plan to level the paladin and the shaman the first week, so it's gonna be a busy week.
Busy week for us all. Well, thanks again, guys. I hope people found that helpful. Take it easy. Have a great day. See you, ballers.